I'm now joined on the Sports Mix by the head coach of Martinsburg football, Dave Walker. Coach, your team with another dominating win, this time 42-0 over Spring Mills. Your thoughts on the game?
I mean, I was obviously pleased with our effort and our performance. You know, you can never expect to win, to win like that at times. But I think Spring Mills has a good team. I just thought our guys were just really ready to play.
Offensively, it was a big night overall on the ground, especially for Brian Dick, almost having around or close to half the total rushing yards for your team. But just in that backfield as a whole, what'd you like from your guys?
I mean, I thought the guys did a nice job. It was kind of in the theme of what we've been doing in the last several weeks with a stable of guys coming in and running the football. And of course, a lot of Brian's runs were actually pass plays that he just, he took off. We saw an opening. So, we wasn't intending on him running the football that much, but it just worked out that way.
And then defensively, your team lights out. 6 sacks as well on Schwartz. The defense just continues to dominate. What have you kind of been able to see as a whole of the change from the start of the season up until now that's been the big differences for them?
I think it's just the way we practice. Everybody wants to talk about, the games, and which, rightfully so. It's what people show up to watch. But a lot of people don't see the work that goes in, during the week. And I think the way we practice, I wasn't pleased with us as a practice team early on, but we have gotten, we finally figured it out, I believe, or at least take major steps in the right directions on how a team should practice. So I think that's been the difference.
Can you break that down for us, how that change has been made, or what that change exactly is when it comes to what you've been seeing in practice? For those that obviously don't know, because as you said, they don't see it.
I think it's, everybody talks about working hard. And I'm not, a lot of people do work hard, but I think it's about competition. Our guys actually have to compete in practice, and they have to give effort. I think a lot of teams don't have a lot of competition maybe in practice, or maybe they don't practice and like that. Everybody throws this out, working hard, but it's about competing. You have to go out and compete. And if you go out and compete at a high level, the hard work, kind of goes hand in hand with it. So, we have a way that we do things, and we're on a pretty tight schedule, and I'm big on organization and making sure we're doing what we're supposed to do in a timely fashion. But I think it's just constant movement, constant effort, and just having a good attitude about it. And nobody really likes to practice, but you've got to go out and, have a purpose in it and work on something to get better, at each day. And I think our guys have done a pretty good job of that here, in the last couple of months.
Would you say along these lines, it's something that they had to find within themselves, or was it something that you guys were able to generate out of them to get to this point?
I think it's something that they finally figured out. We've been preaching it from day one. We weren't happy with camp. We weren't happy with the month of August as a staff. So we're constantly hounding these guys about, not being satisfied. Don't be satisfied. You have to compete against yourself, against other people, and so I think they finally figured it out. And after just a lot of repetition and us, harping on the fact that we needed more effort, because I do really believe that you will play the way you practice. And now that's not to say we've had bad weeks of practice and played really well, and we've had great weeks of practice and not played well. So, there's not an exact science to it, but overall, as a coach, and you feel like you feel a lot better about your team when you have a good week of practice.
Let's take a look here at something that you guys have also kind of been harping on and trying to clean up. It was penalties. It's been an issue for your team this season. You guys had 8 penalties in the game for 80 yards. Do you feel like, though, overall it was cleaned up for the most part for your team?
I thought we played a lot cleaner game. I thought the officiating crew did a really good job. I was overall pleased. I thought it was a big improvement over what we've been doing. And obviously the penalties the infractions we were penalized for, I mean, they were all, I think they were pretty legitimate calls. And, I just feel like we've really been on them about it. I don't know if it was, something that we hope that they've been focusing on, because we talked to them about hand placement and, we did some stupid things too. But I think overall, it was a lot better than what we had done, and we want to continue to get better. I wasn't happy with right before the half. We had a couple of dumb penalties, and I probably didn't manage the clock real well because of it. So I thought the whole flow wasn't good because of my clock management and the penalties. But should have scored again right before the half.
What or who else stood out to you in that game last week against Spring Mills before we get to this week with it being the bye?
Oh, wow. I thought it was a great team effort. And individually, I thought Kingston played. I think Kingston had some really nice runs. I thought up front we played pretty well. Receivers blocked well. I thought Boston did a good job. He didn't get as many touches as maybe as what he normally does, but he does other things that creates opportunities for other people. And obviously, Brian's going to do what Brian does. But defensively, I thought all those guys played really well. I thought Mason did a good job covering up the Anderson kid. And, anytime you win like that, special teams were solid. It was a really good team effort.
Your team now with 7 straight wins, 7-2 overall, heading here into the bye. How you feeling overall with the season, looking back at it?
Well, your goal as a coach is always to get better, and I think we've done that. So I'm pleased with where we're at right now. Be eager to see how things unfold the next couple of weeks as far as the seeding and stuff. But I like how we're playing right now. Hopefully we can continue to get better. That'll be our goal.
What are you guys going to be doing here during this bye week?
Today we're just watching film, and we've got a JV game tonight at Spring Mills, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday will be a lot of individual drill work. Going back and reviewing some fundamental stuff. I'll take the quarterbacks and go back and do some footwork stuff. Work on some specific throws. Defensively, we'll do a lot of form fit. But we're going to try to maybe scale it down a little bit, try to cut practice down this week, maybe take 15, 20 minutes off of it, and try to, refresh ourselves a little bit. But it's going to be more focused on fundamentals, focus on ourselves.
What's a Friday night like for you here on a bye week? Do you still try to go to other games, or are you more laid back and relaxed?
I used to. I don't really anymore because we get the film. It depends. So usually, I usually try to relax at home, watch TV or something, and But I'm sure I'll have something planned for Friday night. I'm not quite sure what it is yet.
Well, it's Halloween, so guess you might have trick or treaters coming to you. You won't be going trick or treating.
I will not, but I'm sure a lot of people will be.
Speaking of, you ready for this week's fun question and wrapping things up, or you got anything else that you want to add overall?
No, I'm good. Let's hear it.
All right. Well, we've already asked coaches' favorite candy and whatnot for the Halloween season, but this time around we're going to ask, are you into any scary or spooky movies? Is that something you're into this time of year with it being Halloween coming up on Friday?
I am not a scary movie fan. Never have been. I think... I watched The Exorcist when I was a young child, and I think it scarred me. So I'm not a big fan of scary movies. If I do watch anything, I do like the zombie stuff. I don't know if that's really scary, but The Walking Dead, that kind of deal. But I'm not a big horror or gore movie fan. I'm more of a something else other than that.
I completely understand and agree. There's always, I feel like, at least one movie that scars you as a kid, and you're like, why do I do this to myself?
There you go.
So appreciate it, Coach, and talk to you again next week in person.
All right. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you. You as well.